Hello, everyone. I hope that you have been having the most creative week. I hope so. I am going to do the biggest, thin paint straight pour that I've done. So this is a 24 by 30 inch canvas. I chose to go bigger because I have so many colors that I mixed up for the 4-corner peacock painting that I did. And I don't even know if I'll be able to use them all. I might end up making another painting as well, but I'm not even going to put them on the canvas. There's so many. So I have gold, white, I'll show you some of them. An almost cerulean blue that I made, a turquoise blue color that I made. It is so pretty. It's more of like a teal color. Then I have a dark teal that I made. This was Prussian blue, white, and a little bit of phthalo blue. The Prussian blue really does turn to like a teal color when you mix white in with it. Then I've got the tiniest little bit of lime green, and there's so many colors, I told you. I've got blue violet, I've got phthalo blue. I don't want to make my canvas too heavy, so I'm actually going to move some of these back off. And then I have got this really pretty, this is a purple, a violet color. I mixed in blue violet with white, and then I added a custom pink that I had made until I got this color. So I am super happy about this palette. And I've also never done a double thin paint straight pour. This is going to be a first for quite a few things. So I'm going to layer my cups here, and I think I will try to layer them a little bit different. So I do love the white at the bottom, so I am going to do that. Pretty good amount into each one. Okay. I'll save just a tiny little bit to go in them. And then in one, I'm going to do the phthalo blue, and in the other, I'm going to do my blue violet. The rest of the colors, I think I'll do either which way. I'm definitely going to add some gold. Swirl that on through there. Ooh, these colors are so pretty. Now I will come in, I guess I'll go ahead and do my lime green now. Get rid of the last little bits of that. What do I want next? I think I'll do my teal next. And I'm definitely going to have leftovers. Gonna do a pretty good amount. Maybe I'll do it for both. This side's going to come out looking way more purple. I can already tell. And I think I'm going to finish it off with gold, and I'm going to save the rest of these for a different painting. I am a little bit nervous that this is going to come across as just purple on one side and blue on the other, but I guess if it does, who cares, right? It's still going to be pretty no matter what. I feel like I have a little bit more color in that one. So what do I add here? Maybe I add a little bit. Oh, you know what? I didn't put any blue violet into this one, and I didn't put any phthalo blue in that one. Maybe that's going to change them up a little bit. Okay, that is plenty of paint. I'll probably have to scrape my table, and I still have a bunch of colors left over, so that means I will be doing another painting. All right, so let me just pop these tiny little air bubbles on the top. And then if I need some extra color around the sides, I'll have that. Whew. All right, I'm gonna do it. Starting with my blue side, I may crisscross them a little bit. I'm gonna start, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll crisscross them. Ooh, there's that lime. Ooh, that was pretty. And again, you saw I put that much white in the bottom, and it basically only came out right there. So now I'm gonna come across with one little thing from my cup. I'm gonna pour this one a little bit slower, I think. Really try to blend those together and then try to come through the middle once I get to the end with that white to create the design. Okay. Ooh, that was really pretty. The last little bit that came out of that cup was really pretty. Okay, so I've got those. Do I think this is enough paint? Maybe I do come in with just like a little bit more. I feel like it's enough, but I feel like I want to use this darker color just to help the paints flow nicely. Maybe I'll just add some in right there. Ooh, this is actually much harder doing this on a big canvas. And I don't know, do I put a little bit more of this purple in? Okay, all right. It's plenty. It doesn't look like it's a lot, but it is. It's a lot. I'll scrape my table. I just want to be able to, I get this question a lot, like, why do you use so much paint? And it's to be able to stretch the design the way I want it. And then I reuse most times. Sometimes it's not a color that I want to reuse, and it does get tossed. But most of the time I can reuse what's on my table for something else. If anything, if you have a color that you maybe don't like, maybe it makes like a muddy color or murky brown or, you know, whatever that you don't care for, you can always just mix it with black and it becomes a beautiful gray or a beautiful like dark brown color. So you can save almost any type of paint. I just make sure that I label it what it is and I strain it because my hair will get in it. My cats, well, one of my cats has hair. Cat hair can get in it, lumps, little things like that. So you do want to, I strain it also. Okay, I think this needs one more torch. These colors are so pretty together. Okay, I got my muscles. I'm gonna stretch this out. Okay, here we go. I'm going to this corner first. Just combining the two words together. Okay, there we go. Down to this corner. I do not want to lose that river of gold. I saw one little spot of something. I want to get it before anything else gets on it. Just a little lump of paint. All right, I'm gonna need to grab this by the bar because it was so heavy, I could not grab it from the sides and balance it at the same time. Okay, now all I need to do is come back towards me. I love this one. Super pretty. Okay. Last little bit here. Ooh. Oh. Oh man, that's heavy. Okay. And then I do feel like I want everything to come back up that way, but I'm gonna get my sides really quick and then I'm gonna tilt that out. Okay. Just these tiny little corners. Okay, now I want the whole thing to come up this way. Yes, yes, yes. And then the last thing, I want this little river to keep going. And I want this to keep going. What do we think? I think it's super soft. Just really soft motion. I also want this one to kind of, yeah. I like it. I think the colors are super pretty too. Even super thin paints mixed together, it didn't make any colors that I don't like on here. I am happy. I'm calling this one a success. I need to clean myself up and then I'll show you what it looks like. There's my table after I scrape all the paint. But look at this beautiful color. So I scraped this, and maybe I'll put a little video at the end if I remember, but I scraped this. It's got a lot of air bubbles in it right now, but those will pop, and I strained it. So once those air bubbles pop, this will be a beautiful color to reuse, and that is exactly what I'm gonna do. Woohoo! Oh, it is so pretty. The gold kind of made like a shimmery top on there. There are so many details, but it's soft. It's not as harsh as like when I do the swipes or ring pours. So much detail from mixing those paints together when they swirl. There's just a blend of colors that I feel like you can't get many other ways. Oh, look at that little river of green that's through there. I really like this one. Very different colors for me. But yeah, this is really pretty. All right, let's see how it dries. I really like it, y'all. It's super soft, like my regular thin paint straight pours. You can't really tell. Remember, I was worried in the cup if I was going to have one side that was like a blue side and one side that was a purple side. Nope. This blended together beautifully. The gold is laying on top of some of the other colors, like it made like a metallic green color here, a metallic purple color here. It's got almost like a diagonal feel to it and like rivers of colors running through it. The gold shine is so pretty and it's so soft and blended. I really love thin paint straight pours. And this is my biggest one, I'm pretty sure. I love the colors. Everything about it. Really happy. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Happy painting.